Sidemen have officially announced that KSI has left the Sidemen and KSI is no longer part of the Sidemen. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel and welcome back to the video. As I said a second ago, there's been a big announcement coming out today from the Sidemen as they have officially announced earlier today that KSI has officially left the Sidemen. They released a statement earlier today saying, "We're sad to share the news that JJ has decided not to continue as part of the Sidemen. We had an amazing time on this journey with him, and we wish him all the best with his future endeavors. This doesn't change anything for the rest of us. We're still committed to creating the best content, events, and shows that we can for you all. This came as a surprise to us, and we know it will be an adjustment for you. We've got lots of exciting stuff in the works and planned that we can't wait to share." When that statement came out earlier today, when I basically saw the KSI video earlier today, I was definitely stunned and very shocked by it. I think a lot of us thought this was basically an FPL forfeit, basically one of those football forfeits that they do every single year with those leagues, and a lot of people thought that this was absolutely a joke and this wasn't real. But judging by the fact that the Sidemen have put out a statement, and a lot of people part of the KSI team and the Sidemen team have put out their own statements as well, thinking that this has happened, it seems like it is very true at this moment. This is definitely a big shock for a lot of people, and I know a lot of people don't like KSI that are Sidemen fans. You see a lot of the Sidemen fan accounts that come out, but I want to talk about this. I don't talk about this much on the channel. I have been a Sidemen fan for a long time. Watched all the Sidemen Sundays since pretty much they started doing Sidemen Sundays back in 2018, nearly a decade ago. And to see that JJ is leaving the Sidemen, it's kind of an end of an era. He's been with the Sidemen for 13 years. Now, judging by the video that JJ released earlier today, it doesn't seem like it's a negative term. Seems like it's on amicable terms. And this is probably something that's been coming for a long time. He talked about wanting to spend more time with his family, especially his brother and his parents, which I totally respect that. I think anyone can understand it in that situation. But he has a lot of stuff going on. He's got his own personal channel he's doing currently at the moment. And you think about the Sidemen having only 6 members of the Sidemen now. Now, obviously, there's 6 other members of Vic, Simon, everyone part of the group, Ethan, Harry, all of them, Toby, and Josh being part of the group. It's going to feel different seeing JJ not be part of the Sidemen, because I've watched the Sidemen since I was a lot younger. I'm 26 now. I've watched Sidemen content for over a decade at this point, and I still watch that Sidemen content. Maybe not as good as it used to be for that matter, but it's still top level content, and they put out together some really solid and really good content. But I think a lot of people thought that Vic was probably going to be the first one to leave. So to see that this actually is legitimate, that JJ has left the Sidemen, it definitely is a sad time and really unfortunate. It sucks because, I've watched her, like I said, I've watched her content for a very, very long time, and to see that this absolutely is true, it sucks. As a fan of the Sidemen for as long as I've been a fan of the Sidemen, it really sucks to see that JJ is no longer going to be part of the Sidemen going forward. But I think you have to respect the decision. And you could definitely tell he was holding back tears. He was definitely almost crying at that particular point that basically he was going to be leaving. And, I think we all are definitely shocked to see that this actually is legitimate and it doesn't seem fake. I know a lot of people think it's an FPL forfeit, like I mentioned, but this definitely is a big shock and surprise. And I think there are going to be people that are going to be happy that JJ's gone, but I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be sad to see JJ go, because JJ did make the Sidemen. He's been part of the Sidemen for a long time, and he's been doing this for such a long time, for 13 years with the boys, with all of them, and he's worked hard over the years, part of this group, and it just sucks to see this actually is legitimate. And I think a lot of us are going to miss JJ. It's the end of an era. It's the end of a time, and it is a sad time overall for YouTube. It's an end of an era of the YouTube side of things, and to see that JJ is no longer there, it feels real now. And I think his message to everyone part of the Sidemen, saying all of them work really hard, saying how Toby's a really nice individual behind the scenes and all that, it's just crazy to think that with how legendary of an individual and what that guy does, he's a hardworking individual. Yes, he's had some things, he's done some controversies that he's been part of over the years, but to see what that he has done over the years is kind of crazy and shocking to see that JJ is no longer part of the Sidemen. And I didn't think I'd be talking about this in 2026 with everything that's been going on, especially in the motorsports world with the unfortunate passing Kyle Busch and all that stuff. But yeah, crazy that JJ's left the Sidemen. I wasn't expecting it, to be honest. I don't think any of us were expecting. I know JJ kind of teased it during the Ballers League stuff that he said some big changes were coming. I didn't think it was going to be this, to be honest, that JJ was going to be leaving the Sidemen, but here we are at this point. It sucks to see that this is happening and very unfortunate, but like I said, JJ has left the Sidemen. A very unfortunate time. If you're a Sidemen fan, it sucks. it is what it is. Like I said, JJ has sadly left the Sidemen, which is crazy. Now, I'm not sure what this means. Obviously, the Sidemen, there's a lot of talk that maybe Jakey might be going into the Sidemen. I know that the Bob Boys put out their own statement that Jakey has left the Bob Boys, so maybe that's what's going to happen. Not sure at this point. Nonetheless, if anything comes out for that, we'll talk about it here very, very soon. But I imagine there's going to be a lot of statements that are coming out here very soon from the boys. I know Ethan put out an Instagram post very, very soon about that. It's just crazy that this actually is legitimate, that JJ is no longer with us. And it's unfortunate this is the end. It's like an end of an era. It doesn't feel real. I sit here today, and it's just crazy that this is legitimate, that he's left the Sidemen. I don't think any of us expected he was going to be the first one to leave the Sidemen. So it's definitely a big shock and surprise to see that JJ is no longer with us, and now it's confirmed from the Sidemen account today that he's left. Definitely sucks. I think he met a lot of people, and it's a shame to see that he's left. It's crazy. It sucks. It's awful. And there's a lot of people in the UK. I think it's genuine. It's legit. JJ, you're a great individual. Thank you for everything you've done with the Sidemen. We wish you the best. And I think the Sidemen wish you the best of luck. Crazy now that JJ has left the Sidemen. So thank you guys for watching the video. Just a crazy time to see that JJ has left the Sidemen.